Watching live on the Newcastle Hurricane media page. The Kane Show. We're live on our way to Avonworth. I'm Eric Francis. Got my man Pat Amabel. We're ready to go, baby. Canes football all starts today with the scrimmage. Pat, what's going on, brother?
Well, you know, we started the day off real nice. I mean, you were calling me at 6:30 in the morning.
Fired up, man. Fired up.
Went and got some breakfast real quick.
Yeah, a little shout out to, what was that called?
Duke's Diner.
Duke's Diner.
But, you know, Eric, it all starts today, right? I mean,
absolutely.
For all intents and purposes, yeah, it's a scrimmage. But the new era has begun.
It has begun.
We talked about it. You know, Freddie Moe and his staff, I think from all the reviews that I've heard, I think that we've seen a tremendous ability to, you know, be conditioned and the little things that are going to happen that Freddie Moe and his staff, and I know you got some inside info, you caught Coach Depot.
Yeah, caught Coach Ronnie and talked to a couple of players last night at the fair. Very dialed in, very excited. And so, you know, I think Avonworth's going to be a good test. You know, it's a small school, but they're very disciplined athletes down in that area.
Absolutely, and I think today, Eric, and we would never put any words in any coach's mouth, but the fundamentals, what they've implemented over the last couple of weeks, now onto a field instead of your own players.
Exactly. You know, I would think this is like, you're not going to see a lot of what they're going to do game-wise, but I think you're going to see is like a glorified practice. And fundamentals of actually, you know, competing against another team versus, you know, they compete against each other. You know, they just had a week of pads. So this is probably going to be a good test.
And, you know, we always say every year, Eric, every job is open, right? I mean, everybody's competing, right? So I think the message from the coaches is going to be that, hey, listen, you know, you want the playing time, now you got to put the work in. They had, you know, camp all week, right?
Right.
They had heat acclimation the week before, so I think things are starting to come together. They're working out, conditioning, and I'm excited.
I'm going to tell you something. I'll tell you who's really going to shock a lot of people. I know he's only in 9th grade, but he's already gained this summer close to 20 pounds, and that's 9th grader DJ Gordon. This is a name that you want to pay attention to. He's only a 9th grader, but I'm going to tell you something. He's 200 pounds. He's over 6 foot. Just a basketball player.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We talked about him on the JV team.
Absolutely.
How well, and we thought he had a lot of talent as a 9th grader. So I don't doubt that at all. But of course, it goes back to some of these other guys, right? You talked about it today over breakfast. I mean, it's like we should be on the staff, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Nate McKnight, guys like Amir Akins.
Nate McKnight looked great last night. And I'm going to tell you, that's another thing. You know, and I pitch him a lot. He's had some, unfortunately, with injuries. But Amir Akins is with that 1-2 punch with KG. I'm going to tell you something. Amir Akins, to me, might be...
Could he be the difference maker?
The big difference maker this year in football. You know, he's going to be wearing number 8. He's a senior. He bulked up a little bit, 6 foot, probably about 170. All muscle. But, you know, let's not forget, we got junior Mason Cook. We got junior Travis Wetzel. Okay?
Oh, you love him.
You know, Chase Lemon's only a junior.
Jaden Schaefer?
Jaden Schaefer is a senior, I think.
Yeah, he's... no, I think is he a junior? Check that out. I think he's a junior.
Jaden Schaefer is a junior. But he's 6'3".
You gonna doubt me?
220, never doubt you, Pat. Never doubt you. But, you know, it all comes down to the field general. And that's our guy, Kyrell Harris.
Well, we've been talking about this. We sound like a broken record for 2 years. Didn't we say, you know, put a push pin in this date and time, and and then let's look at his body of work over the next year or so.
Right.
And it's time for him to show up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're saying anything bad.
No,
It's
no.
his time. He'll tell you that.
I mean, think about it. He was a 3-year starter.
Yeah.
You know, and look, this has been the hard past few years.
Coach Choppa checking in.
Coach Choppa, my man, we need you Labor Day weekend against Highlands.
Absolutely.
For sure. Put that in your calendar. You know, Pat got a honeymoon lined up with the CEO.
Yeah, well, you have to do
Well, you
that.
have to do that, you know. But, you know, Quaylen Davis, another junior, looking good. 6'5", you know, probably a $180, $185. You know,
So-
you got some weapons, Pat. They
so-
got some weapons.
Eric, if you talk about, let's just say Avonworth for a minute, they compete out of what section are they out
I
of?
think Amor's 2A.
Okay, so in terms of just an initial first game, I mean, could we see a little bit of what the repertoire would look like, or you know, some plays that maybe we haven't seen?
From them?
Yeah.
I really don't know. I don't know. I honestly believe if you know, we're going to try and film as much as we can of the scrimmage, you know, off and on. So it's not going to be like a continuous video.
It won't be a formal one like we normally do.
I just think it's like a glorified practice. I don't see Coach Mo running any plays that if somebody wanted to scout the Hurricanes today, this would not be the day to do it.
You're not going to have to
You're not going to see anything from their playbook. But, you know, talking about a few people, Damian Harrison playing football this year. I would expect him maybe a tight end.
Yeah.
Something like that. Good hands.
Well, we can't forget not to talk about my man, our guy, Marcos Antonio Diaz
so, Jr.
He's going to anchor that line, right?
6'3", 330. He looks great. I mean, condition-wise, this might be the best he's ever looked. And I think he's the anchor, and he's going to have to be that leader on the line. And, you know, we got guys, you know, there's that Brian Stevens, senior. He's 6'2", 210. What about Demetrius Fambro, a junior, 6 foot 265? Now, from what I heard, he's really had a good summer.
Absolutely.
You know, Demetrius Fambro.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Eric, for just a second, we can talk about that some of these seniors and some of these juniors that went through, you know, the last couple of years, the winning wasn't there. We'll just leave it right there.
Right.
They've got some pride in themselves, right? They want to come back.
Sure.
They want to show that they've got the ability, that they've got the determination, they've got the aggressiveness, that they want to win, right?
Well, they have a team, regardless of, you know, the records and what happened the past 2 seasons. The bottom line is they got a team that has not necessarily a lot of lettermen. I'd say they got at least 7 lettermen, but they have a lot of players that had a lot of playing time in big-time environments.
We said that, you know. Chase Lemon's another guy, right?
Chase Lemon. He's only a junior.
And you know, boy, does he pack a mighty punch, right? Small in stature, but you won't get any better effort. I mean, just go back if you don't think that that's an important stat or a comment.
Right.
Coach Blundo thinks so highly of him.
Absolutely.
That he put him in critical times.
Yeah.
What's that tell you?
Well, Chase, you know, that Lemon name.
Well,
you know,
he can process the plays, right?
Yeah.
He can read the defense. He can read the offense. He knows what the plays are.
Well, you know, I mean, let's face it. Between his father, his uncles, that's high IQ when it comes to sports in general.
Yeah.
You know. But how about a couple of names like this? You know, the Perkins brothers. So you got
Maddox.
You know, you got Maddox,
Marcus and Maddox,
sophomore, and then you got Marcus, a junior. You know, I mean, I want to think Marcus is like 6'3". He's gotten up there. You know
go to number. We got a comment on who's number 66, Eric.
66 is Rome Douglas, He's a junior.
Well, he's one of those guys that I think that can make a difference.
5'7", buck 90.
But it's okay. You don't got to have, the 6'4" guys. It's you guys that get down into the trenches, right?
Exactly. And I'm going to tell you someone else that, people might overlook. He's got nice size, nice weight. I think his number's 53, Aiden Rose.
Yeah.
So I mean, they got a heck of it. Hank Ritter, a junior, 5'11", 255, solid.
Yeah, 55. Number 55.
Yeah, Brian Stevens, 50. He's 6'2", 210. So believe it, the Canes where you normally see that. Where it's in the water, we don't get over 6 foot. We got some guys, 6'2", 6'3", and like I said, the key thing, Pat, is regardless of the outcome of the game, they have playing experience in a big time environment, and that's huge.
So Eric, let's talk for just a minute for people that don't know, and I know we got a nice little crowd here this morning before the game, but Coach Mo has implemented yoga classes.
Unbelievable.
Now, you took yoga down at Cranberry one time.
I did.
Mentally speaking.
Yeah, I did it for a girl, though.
Well, I mean, that's but I thought that was a really cool way, like mind over body kind of a thing. I mean, all kidding aside.
So Nate McKnight was showing me a few poses last night.
Posing for you.
He was doing a couple moves, and of course, they had a couple of him and Waylon Davis. Of course, they had a couple beautiful, women with them, and enjoying the Lawrence County Fair, which is a great time. Last day today, go out there and check out the fair. But listen,
maybe we should attend one of those.
He took
should we
pride.
go?
He took. I was ready to do a film. I didn't want to do it because you weren't there. But those two guys were fired up doing the yoga.
Frankie Brown, what's happening? Johnny Sad, what's up, Johnny?
My man Monk Guy.
Yeah, Monk Guy, what's up, brother?
Monk Guy in the house.
So it all begins today, brother. We'll be filming live at the game, and we'll try and get some sideline reaction. You know how we do. We're right down on the field, of course.
The difference maker, and I know we've talked about him a lot. And Mason Cook can play a lot of positions.
Yeah,
he can do a lot of things. Travis Wessel, another junior. I mean, Rondell McClinton.
Well, he's another guy I think that can help us. We saw his ability on the basketball court. He has a motor.
Absolutely.
That won't quit. So we're looking forward to getting guys that are going to be, have the ability to make a difference on that line, on the defensive line, offensive line, because that's where it's going to begin, right?
Absolutely. Man, I'm so fired up. Don't forget, next Friday is a home game. And listen, football season's here. I don't know if you didn't get your season ticket. They had them on sale last week for a few days.
Eric, are we going to leave a couple this year? I mean, last year we did.
Yeah, we'll leave a couple. We'll see how it goes. I mean,
I'll let you handle that.
You're beautiful. Listen, I mean, if you can't get excited to come to the Newcastle Tiger Stadium, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't.
I mean, you've been calling me every day now, sending me text messages at 5 in the morning. Jeez, I got to sleep a little bit.
I'm so fired up, man. I'm really excited for football, baby. Right. Canes football.
We are.
NC.
We are.
NC.
Let's go, baby. We'll be back in a few minutes. We'll be live.
Yeah, we'll be back to hit a couple sideline, and we're going to go up to light, make 11. I'm Eric Francis, my man Pat Amabel. You're watching live on the Newcastle Hurricane
Media page.
Media page.